Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to go over some basics about color pencil. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need one of the bins of color pencils, probably going to need to share. And in this video, we're only going to go over the first page, okay? All right, so first thing about color pencils is you do not always have to have them be super sharp, okay? You can certainly work with a pencil that is almost dull, okay? What I would highly suggest is instead of going up and down like this, you go to a side and you periodically turn your pencil as it goes around, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a color wheel, all right? Now, color wheels are unique because they have a couple of different things to them. They have primary colors, the red, blue, yellow. We also have violet, orange, and green. Those are our secondary colors, okay? We also have these in-between colors. They're called tertiaries, okay? So tertiaries are between a primary and a secondary, and it's that third level, okay? So I'm going to show you really like an easy way to kind of get the whole idea on how each one is mixed. So here we go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with red. And by the way, you might want to try this, and it goes a little bit faster. Instead of coloring it all the way, do gradation, where it goes lighter as you go in. Right? Now, remember, when you are working with any kind of art material, you want to make sure that you have control over the actual art material. That means no sloppy coloring, no sloppy doing and basically anything. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to put all the areas that have red in it. Okay. Go a little bit darker all the way through. This one's going to have red as well. Now, if you want to color this in solid, that's fine. You're just going to find that doing gradation is going to go a lot faster. Okay, so when we talk about tertiary colors, we always say the primary color first. So this is a red-orange. So I'm going to go dark, and then I'm going to kind of lightly go down. And you'll be able to see how it kind of changes color. So that's one way, and then we'll go the other way. By the way, violet and purple, they are, they're sisters or they're brothers. So you can use either one. I think this is actually a purple pencil. I'll mix it in. I see how I kind of did both, all right? So this is how it's going to go easier. Next, orange. Add in all the orange. Kind of fades out. Go through. Oops. Go on this one as well. Now this one's already done. Okay. Now we're going to do our yellow orange. Okay. Do I have any yellow in here? I do. See how all of a sudden it's now starting to move a little bit more. Yellow. Just jumping straight into this yellow. Just going to fade it on out. I'm going to make sure I fill in the whole section. Okay. Yeah. And move on over. Now to greens. Now I do have dark and light greens. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me which one you use, okay? I'll use the light one. Personal preference. Okay, nice coverage, nice coloring in. If for some reason you find that you're like, that looks a lot like just one, color mixed on top of it, go back with, well, not mixed, like kind of like laying on top, okay? You can go back with that original color and kind of like mix it more. And we're going to go all the way around, ladies and gentlemen. Now, why are we doing this? Well, we're going to be working with a color scheme. You might need to know some of these colors. blue. I don't know, guys. I always like a dark blue. Now, some of these colors you may be like, oh, you know what? This kind of looks like teal. Well, teal's a name that we give certain colors that are tertiaries. This is so beautiful, so beautiful. Now we fill in the sides. Yep, and we're back to violet. Now, this is the quickest way to fill in a color wheel and for it to look really cool too. Beautiful. So that is our color wheel, okay? Made up of primaries and secondaries and tertiaries. And we also have a couple of colors that don't fall into this kind of area. They're called our neutral colors. Neutral colors are, let's see, our browns and our tans. Go on the outside, I'm going to get lighter on the inside. Let's see. Where do we have black? It's always good if you can find the color, right? Black cat, that's interesting. Black. We also have gray. Now, gray, I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea. You start off with white. I know it sounds weird. Okay, color it in as much as you can. We're going to mix. So I'm putting white down first. Then I'm going to put some black on top of it. If you have a great color pencil, excellent. But if not, we can mix it. I'm going to go back over it with white. Look at that, people. Look, it's magical. It's actually making gray. I'm going to leave that white because, sorry to say, it's white. Okay, and last one would be coppery, but let's just do, it's like a tan. So tan, I like copper. So I'm gonna do that white. Same thing. Tan can be, or beige. It's basically white plus brown. So really color that in. Take this, and I'm gonna color this one in. And go back over it with white. And go back and forth. And then I'm going to write myself a note here, okay? So this can be tan or beige. Oops. Let's try to fit that in one more time. BEIG. There we go. Try to cram that in. All right. And by the way, this one is just white. Okay. So they kind of have their own kind of category. You can make brown by mixing the primary colors together, okay, or opposite colors together, right? Okay, so next little tip. If you're ever making textures, okay, my suggestion is color the item first, then add the texture on top. So for example, I'm going to color this little guy in, okay. So I'm adding my color. And how I add texture is I go a little bit harder, and then I can put the details in. So you see how this works? So now it kind of looks like it's wooden. All those lines in. All right. So color first, then add the texture. All right, so we now know how to add some color, where everything kind of works, how to add texture. Cool. Now, ways to apply color. So there's a couple of ways that you can apply color. First one is the smooth. Smooth is when we, just to mix up some color. Let's go with, I don't know, let's go orange. I haven't used orange. So it's this nice smooth look where it's all filled in, nice and smooth. Okay, and we're just going to color the nice solid areas. Okay, here we go. Nice, smooth, filled in. So this is one way of filling in color. Okay, another way, let's do that fading out. Goes lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Perfect. Okay. Nice and smooth. Okay. Another way we can apply color is random or scribble. So basically, it is just scribble little lines like this. Okay. And we need to make sure that we put everything all in, okay? So we want to make sure that it's all inside the lines. Because, scribbling's fun, but unfortunately in middle school, it's more of a controlled fun. And by the way, the scribbling is great for texture as well. Now, we're going to make this actually look like it's going to kind of fade out, which is kind of cool. So make it darker, tighter, and then we're just going to make it wigglier and kind of like loosen up as we go through. Send. There we go. All right, so that's one way of adding color to something. Next one is called hatching. Hatching is just basically straight lines or lines. And the lines they can cross over each other, but they can't cross like this. They can go over like hair, but that's about it. And you gotta have it controlled within the thing. So that's another way. Now let's make it look like it's fading out. Nice and close, and then we kind of get more spaced out as we go through. Cool. There we go. Last one I like. Last one is cross hatching. It's when we actually cross over. Okay? So, whoa! Look at that orange. That one right on out. Goes one way, and I'm going to go the other way to fill in colors. Okay? And then let's make this look like it's fading out. So we start kind of like the hatching, where it's close. And there we go. The other way. So there are many different ways that we can fill in color. Okay, so let's kind of review on this side of the page. We've made a color wheel, okay? We know how each color kind of makes the other, okay? By the way, if you don't have a violet or purple, red and blue make secondary colors, just remember. Neutral colors do have a spot on this whole, idea of learning about colors. They're just, unfortunately, next door. If you are looking to do texture, color it in first and then add in the texture afterwards. So we kind of have those. Now, how do we apply this color? We can do it smoothly. We can kind of do it hatching, which are kind of like, just lines on it to make it look like it's fading out. Random or scribbles, make it look faded out. And cross hatching. All right, now take a moment, make sure you're finished, make sure your name's on it, and go ahead and go to the next video.